All right, welcome back to Lego for My Sons, and I hope you and your sons are having fun. Now, we're going to do the long awaited video that I've been promising for quite a while. And yes, stay tuned because we're also going to have our actual scripted show coming up, the answer for Saturday morning cartoons being annihilated. I just hope that it can be as good as some of the stuff I remember when I was a kid. Really magical times, those Saturday morning cartoons. But yeah, with no further delay, we were talking about Ultron once, and yeah, this guy was very, very dangerous in the comic books. And I mean, the movie Age of Ultron did not do him any justice. It actually should have been called Days of Ultron because there was not any sort of. And yeah, I have the Terminator music playing in the background because that's how dangerous a threat Ultron is. But the movie did a horrible job depicting his actual danger level. This is one of the Avengers' top villains. And yeah, he can eliminate some pretty powerful heroes. But with no further ado, let's get into what the Age of Ultron is all about. And in the future, if this video goes well and if you like it, I'll eventually try to round up all the characters that were involved in the story and try to reenact them with the Legos. This should be pretty cool. At least I think. Yeah, and if you can support me, one of the best ways to do it is by liking this video, sharing it across various social medias, and subscribing. I'm also on YouTube, Lego for My Sons with the number 4, and also Lego for My Sons spelled out. I have two YouTubes. And yeah, so if you can subscribe there, that'd be great. If you have some spare change this day and age, I know it's tough, but $ Lego LG is the cash app. Once again, $ Lego LG. PayPal.me/LGreen857. If you have any advice or information or some stories you want to talk about, you can email me at legosformysons@gmail. I didn't know. Long story short, I didn't realize that Lego was plural for Lego. So the email has Legos with an S for my sons@gmail.com. But yeah, let's get into it. Now that the Terminator theme is cranked up. Okay, so the history. Years into a potential future, the nihilistic robot android Ultron took over control of a synthesized Avenger, the Vision, and somehow used him as a temporal conduit through which he launched a full-scale mechanized invasion of present-day Earth, using hundreds of drone Ultron replicas. Within days, several major population centers fell, with millions of people either subjugated or killed. Ultron City, a giant mechanical fortress built atop the ruins of New York City, acted as Ultron's seat of power. Yeah, he actually, yeah, it was like his version of San Francisco Skynet. Pretty crazy. Many of Earth's protectors, including Thor Odinson, Cyclops, Scott Summers, Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, and the Hulk, Bruce Banner, were killed in the invasion, while others formed pockets of resistance in the wreckage of the cities. Decimated by Ultron in San Francisco, Black Widow Natasha Romanoff worked to save whomever she could, but her friend George Smith, formerly a costume motorcyclist stuntmaster, fell under Ultron's control through his Stark Tech prosthetic legs and tried to kill her. Widow reluctantly killed Smith, received severe facial burns in the melee, and sought refuge of ex-SHIELD director Nick Fury's underground bases alongside ex-Avengers Moon Knight, Mark Spector. In Chicago, Red Hulk, Black Panther, presumably T'Challa, yeah, they didn't specify on which Black Panther, and Taskmaster schemed to capture one of Ultron's drones to study it for weaknesses. While successful, Panther died in the process, and Red Hulk killed Taskmaster for allowing Panther's death. I mean, what a waste. Victor Mancha, Ultron's cyborg son, and the only runaway to survive Ultron's attack on Los Angeles, offered the runaways off one-time hideout the hostel as a refuge for displaced youth until Ultron found and destroyed it. Remnants of the British Paranormal Intelligence Agency MI13 destroyed Ultron's London stronghold, but Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and software traveler, computer, Graham Toulson, and Braddock Academy student Magic Boots, Mel Copper died during the mission. The majority of Earth's surviving heroes took shelter in the wreckage and crashed the shield. In the wreckage of a crashed shield helicarrier. In New York Central Park, hidden from Ultron through the ingenuity of Avengers technologist Tony Stark, upon learning the organized crime lords Al, Leland Owlsley, and Hammerhead. Those are two of the, I think, goofball Spider-Man villains. Yeah, Hammerhead has like an adamantium flat top or something like that. Arachnoid Avenger Spider-Man, and this is one of the storylines I didn't like. Somehow Doc Ock had his consciousness in Peter Parker's body. Captive Avengers Archer Hawkeye left to rescue him, but the others warned him not to return for fear of discovery. Hawkeye rescues Spider-Man just as Ultron drones destroy Al and Hammerhead's building, and despite the Allies' earlier warnings, returned to the helicarrier to an unfriendly reception. After Hawkeye and Spider-Man were deemed free from influence or electronic surveillance, Spider-Man told the survivors that Ultron offered clemency to anyone who brought him fugitive heroes, believing that Ultron, despite his mechanical nature, still pursued a personal vendetta against Earth's heroes. The survivors planned to have one of their number feign turning in another for the opportunity to infiltrate Ultron's stronghold and distract Ultron while the rest regrouped in the Savage Land. While Luke Cage and She-Hulk volunteered to engineer a ruse, Stark, unaware that Spider-Man was Octavius, sent him to the remains of Spider-Man's Horizon Labs workplace to obtain equipment necessary to send Ultron City into the other dimensional negative zone. Octaviously, wow, sorry about that. Octaviously arrogantly abandoned Stark's plan and attempted to take control of Ultron with his miniature spider bots, but could not find a way to interface with Ultron, and Ultron's drones prevented him from even enacting Stark's plan. Humbled, Octavius returned to the survivors, allowing them to think that Stark's plan succumbed to failure rather than acknowledge his own hubris. Arriving in Ultron City, Cage, She-Hulk were stunned to learn that Captain Vision was the prisoner they would be dealing with. Struggling for control of Vision, explained, Ultron launched an invasion from the future. She-Hulk hurled Cage out of the fortress so he could report their findings, but Ultron's drones quickly killed her. Then self-detonated internal nuclear bombs in order to kill Cage. Thinking Cage dead, the survivors traveled to the Savage Lands. And that'll be a good place to conclude this. We'll conclude here because I see I'm approaching that time limit here on TikTok. But yeah, just stay tuned for the next installment. We'll finish up this Age of Ultron rundown. I mean, it's one of the craziest stories, one of the best. Just shows you how dangerous Ultron is. But again, if you could support me, go ahead and spare some change if possible. If not, sharing this across social media is great. Like to hear from you. That would also be awesome. And yeah, if you have any old Legos, if you want to send me a regular letter for whatever reason, you can send it to Lamar Green, P.O. Box 80131, Raleigh, North Carolina 27623. But yeah, with that out of the way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.